The man whose advice reportedly informed the suspension of Higher Education Minister William Ruto was in the eye of a storm on the floor of Parliament. Attorney General Muswaku received a pat on the back from unlikely quarters over his perceived renewed commitment on implementing judicial reforms, but that did not go down well with some.
I'm glad that the Attorney General is here, because that dark age was under the current Attorney General. And the Attorney General, you are now part of this new Kenya.
The judiciary now, under the new constitution, is a judiciary that is answerable to the people.
But the AG came under attack over his human rights track record, with his accusers being some of those detained while the AG was in office.
He was in office when Mr. John Hamino, an advocate, was detained. He was in office when Mr. Charles Rubia was detained. He was in office when Mr. Raila Odinga was detained. Mr. Speaker, he was also in office when Mr. Kenneth Matiba was detained. More importantly, Mr. Speaker, he has failed to tell this House that upon release from detention, it was his office that prosecuted me again.
The AG has survived several storms in his 2-decade tenure as the government's legal advisor.
All the people who had been detained were detained before I became the Attorney General.
Early last year, the AG was among Kenyan officials that were blacklisted by the United States government and slapped with a travel visa ban for allegedly standing in the way of reform. But the AG's contribution on the floor of the House today saw the successful inclusion of a High Court judge as a member of a yet-to-be-constituted Judicial Service Commission. Denison Sarigo, KTN Newsnight.